Namaste and great morning, everybody. I was going to work with the pendulum and answer a few questions this morning that someone had put out on my channel. And so let's see what those are. Can you tell by a person's aura if they are resting in realization? Okay, so here we go. Okay, so the pendulum is saying no, you cannot. Okay. All right. So, this isn't going to happen by just looking at someone or seeing whatever, if you do see auras, whatever aura is around them, it's not going to even necessarily show up in any outward way in terms of how they speak, how they dress, and really none of those things. So the main thing is the mind still or not? And this cannot be, when someone is in realization, when they're walking around amongst the regular world and society, people don't notice it. They every now and again may notice something about a person's energy that they're drawn to, but they're not going to notice where they're at in consciousness. That just cannot be known. For the ones that do come around a person that is realized and have that connection, then they feel it. They feel the transmission. They feel the energy shifts within them. They feel that things get more balanced. The mind stills. And also, they can also feel things are getting flushed out more. Just a lot. Everything begins to rev up, slow down, balance out, rev up again, just a lot of shifts. So this is how one can tell. So it really is it only can be known through that connection with a realized being. And in terms of recognizing another one that is realized, sometimes people can even say they are, and at first glance, every now and again, they may, someone may feel that they are, but over time is what really shows up whether a person is realized or not. Are they, whatever they are speaking, are they living it? Are they living within honesty, transparency, and integrity? So basically, do their words match their actions? And do they seem detached in all things? So it's not like someone can immediately just feel that. With the pendulum readings, it will show up balance and stillness immediately. It'll flush that out. But in terms of the regular, like I say, one that is just more in mundane consciousness, they're not going to be able to always know just, upon meeting someone or seeing someone walk down the street. And, they do say that only one that is in God consciousness can recognize another within God consciousness, by the way they're speaking about, their personal self being washed away. There's no separation. There's never been a me, these kinds of things. And then to observe that person a bit over time, does this years and years later, are they speaking the same way or have things changed for them? So it's not a quick thing where you can just look at someone's energy field, or if you're able to read auras and see them and know. Although some realized beings do have a halo type of aura around them, and so this does happen. Sometimes it can be seen, but again, this is pretty uncommon that one will see that if they are realized. So let's check in with the pendulum and make sure that everything's correct in what is being said. There we have our yes and our confirmation with that. Anything else with that? Okay, no. Okay, the other question is, can a person fall from enlightenment, as some sages have done? That's happened, and Can this happen to a realized being where they fall from enlightenment? Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so there is a yes, this can happen, that the mind can indeed reroute if there is that experience of non-dual consciousness and one comes out and begins to attach again to the outer world, to the phenomenal world, and the mind begins to activate and one continues to nourish that can build and grow. The feeling here, and I'm just holding the pendulum so I'm feeling the energy of it, but the feeling here though is that this can happen. One is more vulnerable to that in the beginning, right after realization, as what the natural tendency of mind when it's in motion is to attempt to put pictures together, put things together, and create a story around it, or to attempt to understand it, to pierce it with understanding mentally. This is very, this is the way of mind. Or to just, make it into an insight or something that has come and then gone, and then you reflect on it later. Okay, this is the nature of mind. So those tendencies can be there weakly in the beginning, and rise up, and really, if one does start feeding that feeling of wanting to understand it, piece it together that way instead of just resting in the heart and letting this settle, then indeed one that can come back. Also there can be tastes of it, and one can get involved in a lot of unethical behavior, and then that will muddy consciousness and muddy the reality, or drugs, or these kinds of things, and that energy gets muddied and darkened, and it turns into something else entirely, even though one is speaking that way. So really the main thing is to you really have to follow your heart, and if there's red flags, you really need to heed them, listen to them, and observe your consciousness, really, because whatever is happening within the guru, one should feel a heart connection, one should feel a lot more expansion, a lot more deeper experiences coming, the mind being flushed out, settling, and then it starts again. So, you're going to know, and really, one just knows is the reality of it. But, so it can't be always spoken about with words. This is what you know, and this is what you're going to see. It is, this connection is on a much deeper level, spiritual level. So one can fall, and then, if one does have the taste like that, and this is what the thing is, that if once that mind is cleaned out, if one invites those demons and ghosts back in, and this is what, again, what Guruji has said, and it's true, that, that ghost will come back and bring all their friends, okay, and it can be worse. So if you've been given that blessing of realization, beauty, love, and light, and stillness, and you abuse that and take advantage of that by unethical behavior, by getting into making it into a power thing, your mind has been cleaned out, then it's an invitation for energies to come back that are not good at all, and this can grow. So, again, this is why one needs the right guidance, the right mentor in place when walking the journey, as there's a lot of potential dangers and risks, pitfalls. So just be really careful with this. It's not something to play with. It's only something to embark on when you're very, very serious, and then the right teacher will show up. So I hope this answered your questions this morning, and there's a lot on the list for readings. We'll just do them step by step. So everyone have a great day, but let's check in and make sure that all was said is in alignment with spirit and correct, if there's anything else, okay? So there's a heavy yes to it, so it feels like everything is quite fine. Anything else to be said? All right, there we have it from our trusty pendulum here. Okay, thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to go out and enjoy this day. We got some sunshine. We have a lot of sunshine here, though. It is Florida. Have a great day. Namaste. Bye.